Good morning, everybody. Ralph Havens here, autoimmuneanswers.com. And this morning I was doing my Qigong, when I'm part of my practice that I do right out here in our yard, looking out at the mountain. I don't know if you see it. And I was thinking, what's the video for today? What's the video session? And a couple of things came to mind. You know, when I was a little boy, something used to really bug me. My dad would just wait around and never get anything done. It was crazy, and it just bugged me. And let me see where I can put this. It's in a good spot. This is going to be a little sunny. There we go. And I mean, he would say stuff like, you know, the mail would come, and he would say, "Hey, did anybody send me a box of money?" And somebody would say, "What do you need?" And he's in the family, you know, my mom or somebody would ask him something, and he'd go, "A box of money." It's like, you know, and he always used to dream of moving to a different place because he didn't like the place in Texas that we were, and he had all these plans and dreams and ideas. And I finally just blurted out to him, "Why don't you just do it?" You know, because he wasn't moving, he wasn't doing anything, and they did end up moving. But we always had stuff going on where had all these plans, and we had stuff to do for the day. And I was waiting around to get started on the projects, you know, moving boxes, doing stuff to supposedly make a plan for something to happen in our lives. And then we would always take all these breaks and wait. And part of it was, you know, he had emphysema, and so he couldn't move very fast. And but what he did, it seemed like, it was just drink a lot of coffee and smoke a lot of cigarettes and wish life was better. And so then this, what I've noticed, you know, I just got back from an amazing week with Master Mingtong Gu. And when I first met Mingtong, you know, he had a whole bunch of disruptions in his life and had to leave China and leave behind a really good life. And nobody knew him in San Diego. And he created an amazing thing. And now it's been years. I guess it's been about 15, 16, 17 years since I met him. And boy, that's really bright. And he, let's see how we can do this. And he's created some amazing stuff. But I also noticed that he did a lot of work. And so we got some amazing pictures back from one of our friends, friends that has a little girl that runs with Ben. Ben's a runner, and she just did an amazing race, and there was some good pictures and all sorts of cool stuff. And when you know, I run with them as a group on Tuesdays, and she just loves to run. There's a group that up front that just loves to run, loves to train, can't stand to wait around, and we have to wait around for the group to regroup up every so often during the run, and that sort of thing. But she loves to run, and she loves to train, and she loves to race, and she loves everything about running. And so this morning session, I was thinking, what would it take? Like, you know, whatever your heart's desires are, whatever you really want, the things you dream about. It's like, oh, this is what I really want, whether it's your health or your money or your business or your love or your relationships or your happiness. You know, what's your heart's desires? And there's an interesting phenomena when you look at athletes. The best of the best, and the ones that do really well, and the ones that just love it, they do a lot of training, and they live the life of doing the work to get what they want, and they also love the process, right? Like when I was training at a very high level, I loved the lifestyle. I mean, I loved the resting and taking naps, and I loved the training hard twice a day, and I loved eating this a certain way, and I loved having certain friends that were all about running, and that's what I dreamed about, and that's what I did, and so the process is really cool. But so when I was thinking about, you know, what does it take? What does it take when you think of your heart's desires? What does it take when you look at the people that get what they want, and the ones that just keep dreaming about it and talking about it? What does it take? And it does take something, right? It takes something. It could take your time. It could take your commitment. It could make your decisions to how you view the world. It could take finding the right teachers. It could take money. It could take a lot of work. It could take a lot of perseverance. It could take a lot of stuff. And so when you think of your heart's desires, I think it does take something. I think it does take something. You know, there are people that win the lotto, and there are people that have instantaneous healings. So that's all possible, of course, out of the infinite energy. But what do you really want? And what would it take? What would it take? There we go. So each of these video sessions, my intention is that by watching it, you could have a change in your life. An instantaneous shift. You know, that's why I always say test something beforehand and afterwards to notice what's different in your life. You know, how you feel, how you move, how you interact with the world. Because there is an energetic transmission with these videos. And then what might it take? If you think of all the stuff you want, what might it take? You know, what teachers, what amount of commitment, what kind of decisions, what might it take? And could you enjoy the process? You know, could you enjoy the process? And so that's what I've been noticing with myself and our work and what we're up to. And so it's all in, you know, it's how people work. When people work with me, it's what we use. The Enlighten Up and Get What You Want process, the 30 sessions in 30 days stuff, the miracle sessions, working with me one-on-one. All of that is geared to finding out what somebody really wants. What do you really want? And what would it take? And of course, it's different for everybody, but there's some underlying principles. And part of it is to love the process and to know what to do and to do it, you know, to do this. And then to do the deep inner game work. There's ways to really shift what's in you, the blocks. And then, of course, to never give up, kind of like an athlete. So hope you guys are having a great Sunday, if it's a Sunday, if you're watching this live. And otherwise, whenever you watch this, I hope you get your heart's desires and get everything you truly want. And let me know what it is you want. And what do you think? What do you think? What might it take? All right, everybody. You can get more of this information. I'll put a link up here, ralphhavens.com/enlighten up. And I will see you all soon.